Welcome back, everyone, to another great episode of Mann Cinema Reviews. It is your lovely host, as always, Peter Mann. What's up, y'all? You know what to do. Go ahead, press like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell as well to notify you of a brand new review coming to you as we speak. Thank you very much for choosing Mann Cinema Reviews. Today we got the dual format. You know how I love this format the most. And we are going to be reviewing two new films, brand new, just dropped over the weekend. And yes, we're talking about Robert Eggers' The Northman, and we're also talking about the Nicolas Cage-helmed The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Let's go into The Northman. Now, this is Robert Eggers' third directorial work. We had such bangers as The Witch and The Lighthouse, and now we get this very period piece, Viking-oriented revenge film. Ensemble cast: Alexander Skarsgård, Nicole Kidman, Claes Bang, Ethan Hawke, Anya Taylor-Joy, Bjork, and William Dafoe, just to round out the cast. This again is a revenge film where a young prince, soon to be a king, Amleth, sees his father brutally murdered at the hands of his uncle, and now he must save his mother, avenge his father, and kill his uncle. Again, this film is just massive in scope. Robert Eggers just brings it full front, in your face violence. It's great to see a Viking film. We don't get too much of these Nordic Viking epics, and it's very sweeping. It's very brutal in its violence, and the cast pulls no punches. Alexander Skarsgård hasn't been this electrifying on screen in quite a while. I do happen to like this actor. He is the lead in this film, and he helms it well, along with Anya Taylor-Joy. He grows up to want to avenge his father's death at the hands of his uncle, and also save his mother, who now is married to the uncle and has children. So he has to save his mother and avenge his father. Along the way, he meets a slave, Anya Taylor-Joy's character, Olga. He puts it upon himself to bring her along into his scenario. The two help each other out. And this film just gets really deep into it. Again, another sweeping epic that you haven't quite seen on film, and we do like to see those sweeping epics. They don't make them a lot, and I'm glad that Robert Eggers has that razor sharp focused. Again, this guy's filmography is just seamless. It is flawless, and he brings it with The Northman. I have to say that with all the great accolades and praise that I'm giving this film, I do have to say that a few drawbacks are that it does start off a little shaky. I didn't quite feel Ethan Hawke's character, not to be believable, but I didn't really buy his Nordic accent, and I thought his portrayal is very wooden. He's not really in the film that long. As well as Nicole Kidman, maybe because she just does not set up as a strong character. She's very much, seems like she cares for her king, but the king could care less. He really is happy to see his son. He wants to teach his son the ways, bring him into the fold as well, saying that this kingdom will be his one day. But again, it is foiled by a vengeful brother who is jealous of the king, and he kills him. Again, the boy flees and is assumed dead, but that's when we get a little bit of a Lion King kind of story, a very violent Lion King version, a Viking version, if you will, and we're off to the races. Again, from the, I would say about the 30-minute mark, we do get the film ramped up with the violence. And once you see Alexander Skarsgård grown up, very vengeful, you see him throw a spear, and we're really into the thick of it once that occurs. Him and Anya Taylor-Joy are great. I really like the chemistry between the two. You really feel it. And again, Nicole Kidman started off a little bit shaky, but she just really opens up and is one of her best roles towards the latter half of the film. I gotta say that, again, it started a little shaky, and it's not my favorite Robert Eggers film. I would have to say that Robert Eggers, my ranking would be The Witch, The Northman, and The Lighthouse. I have to go back to watch The Lighthouse because I know a lot of people stand that film and may have see as their favorite or the best Robert Eggers film. To me, it's the least, but it's still a great film. Again, I've only seen it once, but I will go back and revisit, and I will give The Northman a 4-star review. I did like the film quite a bit, but again, it's not my favorite Robert Eggers film, but he really brings it in the 3rd act, and it just ramps up from the 2nd act going forward. The next film that we have is The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. This is a comedy, is more meta. It is Nicolas Cage at a point of his life where he's taking any and all roles he can get, but he's in a rut career-wise. He is in financial ruins, and he, appointed by his agent, he does get an offer of $1 million to go to a wealthy fan's estate and stay with him during his birthday weekend. But during this time, 2 CIA operatives approach Nicolas Cage in doing a daunting mission in which a prominent leader's daughter is kidnapped, and it might have to do with his newfound friend at this rich man's estate. Now, this film, it's very comedic. I like the little puns it takes with Nicolas Cage. You have to be kind of familiarized with Nicolas Cage work in order to get a lot of these jokes. He pulls no punches, and he again is almost making fun of himself. And with the Nick Cage-assance, if you will, of last year's Pig, I have to say that I was really looking forward to this film. It's got great talent. Neil Patrick Harris co-stars, Tiffany Haddish co-stars, and you would think that with this comedic talent and Nicolas Cage's just brazen and bold with his portrayal in Pig, you think that he would be at an uptick in his trajectory with his career so far. Pig was such a great film for him. With this film, it just gets a little bit too meta, almost like films of yesteryear. Last Action Hero comes to mind, even Wes Craven's New Nightmare. It just gets you behind the biz in Hollywood, and just your years can come at the end like that, and now you're just a washed up actor. Not saying that that's what Nicolas Cage is. It's just that's kind of the plot here. But I like that it brings about old films of his, this mission that he has with the wealthy fan played by Pedro Pascal. I think both of them have very comedic chemistry together, and those scenes are what really is the strongest, I would have to say. But a lot of the film just runs thin and very fast, and it is very truly disheartening to say that this film, I was really looking forward to it, and I just felt meh about it. It just really just doesn't hold water for me, and it gets really thinly veiled as far as the plot is concerned. It just really goes too fast, too soon. And with that, I do have to say that as much as it is charming, it just wasn't very comedic as I wanted it to be. As meta as it is, I do appreciate the puns of Nicolas Cage's career. And if you are a fan of Nicolas Cage, I have to say that he still is in an uptick in his career. And just because this film is not what I thought it was going to be, I just have to give it a very soft 2-star review. I was teetering with 2.5, but again, with just a few chuckles here and there, it just doesn't save the film. And again, the material runs thin way too quick. Thank you very much for choosing Mann Cinema Reviews. I hope you liked my review. Stay tuned, we got more coming soon, and this year is gonna be crazy. Stay tuned, we'll see you on the next one.